What's the most insane thing your ex did after the breakup? I thought my ex Priscilla was handling our breakup pretty well when she told me she was moving to Japan for a teaching job. She posted photos of her farewell party on Instagram and even told everyone her psychosis wasn't making her act out anymore. Then came that Saturday morning 6 months later that still makes me throw up when I think about it. I'd gone out with my buddies the night before and got destroyed at this new bar downtown. My head was pounding and the girl I'd been seeing for a few weeks was asleep next to me in the morning. But then the buzzer for my apartment started going off at 8 a.m. Not just a quick buzz either, but someone holding it down. I stumbled out of bed in my boxers trying not to wake up Macy while my brain felt like it was splitting in half. The buzzing wouldn't stop, so I finally hit the intercom ready to yell at whatever delivery guy thought this was acceptable. Before I could say anything, I heard Priscilla's voice through the speaker. My ex-girlfriend, who was supposed to be teaching English to Japanese children, was standing outside my building. She was talking fast, saying she needed to come up right away and that she'd explain everything. My hungover brain couldn't process what was happening, so I just stood there in silence while she kept buzzing. Macy woke up and asked who was at the door so early. I couldn't exactly tell her my ex had apparently flown across the Pacific Ocean to show up unannounced, so I mumbled something about a package. Meanwhile, Priscilla started yelling through the intercom that she could see my light was on and she knew I was home. Other tenants were probably getting annoyed by the constant buzzing. I finally pressed the button and told Priscilla this wasn't a good time. That's when she dropped the bomb that she was standing there with all her luggage straight from the airport. She said her flight had just landed and she'd taken an Uber directly to my apartment. She hadn't even stopped at a hotel or anywhere else first. Just flew 15 hours from Japan to show up at my door. Against every instinct in my body, I buzzed her in. What else could I do with her standing on the street with suitcases at 8 in the morning? I threw on a t-shirt and shorts while Massey asked what was going on. I told her to stay in bed and I'd handle whatever this was. My hands were shaking from the hangover and the absolute insanity of the situation. Priscilla appeared at my door dragging 2 massive suitcases and carrying a backpack. She looked exactly the same except her hair was shorter. She smiled at me like showing up unannounced from Japan was totally normal behavior. I blocked the doorway while she tried to roll her suitcases inside. She started rambling about how teaching abroad had made her realize what really mattered. She said she'd thought about me every single day and knew we were meant to be together. The whole time she was trying to push past me with her luggage like she was moving back in. She kept saying she'd made a mistake and that long distance had given her perspective. I tried to explain that she couldn't just show up like this. I told her we'd broken up for good reasons and that I'd moved on with my life. She wasn't listening though. She pushed harder with her suitcase, and that's when she saw Massey's purse on my kitchen counter. Her face changed completely, and she dropped her luggage handle with a loud thud. Priscilla pushed past me and walked into my studio apartment like she still lived there. She saw Mackie's shoes by the door and a wine glass with lipstick marks from the night before. Without asking, she opened my bathroom door and found Mackie's makeup bag on the sink. The whole time I was following her around, telling her she needed to leave while my head felt like it was going to explode. That's when Massey came out of the bedroom wearing my old college t-shirt and nothing else. She froze when she saw Priscilla standing in the middle of my apartment surrounded by international luggage. The three of us just stared at each other in the world's most awkward triangle. My hangover was hitting peak levels, and I thought I might actually throw up right there. Priscilla looked between me and Massey with this manic smile. Then she said the words that still haunt my nightmares years later. She clapped her hands together like she'd just had the best idea and asked with complete seriousness, "So, can I join the party?" Full story on channel link below.